particles are not disposed according to spin and anti-spin couples of particles. There is no way to see the universe, because if you don't put the particles inside each drawer, but you put all together without order inside the wardrobe, then it would be a total mess. And what would happen if matter would be so? It would happen that everything would be a chaos. But at the same time, it would happen that, for instance, I would be able to cross with my hand a wall without hurting my hand. I could enter inside a body and cure a person. I could build an underground base without any need to make a hole with caterpillars or so. But so you see that this order with which matter is done is something that makes us think that there might be some illusion about a true reality, because the matter is very, very subtle, very much thinner than we think. And the most interesting fact is that, as Wolfgang Pauli noticed, the particles that are composing a couple in a quantum state stay in their position together, and not according to a causal mechanism, first one and then the other one, but they simultaneously occupy their allowed space inside each drawer. So, inside matter, inside the heart, in the heart of matter, there is something that is non-local. Non-local means something that is not depending by the law of causality. Something magic, we could call spiritual, is inside the apparently solidity of matter. This is exactly like a pearl inside a shell, because this is sometimes nature itself shows some striking metaphors that tell us the intimate structure of reality that is made of a material component and a spiritual component, which they are both describable using physics. The point here is that I don't want to tell that like some scientists who are believers in God, because I am not a believer in God. They tell, oh yes, we have rigorous physics laws, but at the same time I believe in God. It's not the same for me. I believe in some deep intelligence in the universe, but I don't wonder, I don't need a faith, I'm not interested in faith, even if I totally respect the faith of others, of course. I only want to tell that I don't make any separation between matter and spirit. There is some people who is telling that after misunderstanding what some physicists are doing about the so-called consciousness, There are some people telling that, oh, okay, so we have a fusion between science and spirituality. It's not so. Because what I mean here is that there are some equations, and the new ones, new more sophisticated one will come in the short-term future. There are some equations that are telling that we can describe the so-called consciousness or spirit using science. This is not reductionism at all. This is the marvel of the universe, and this speaks also about our ancient ignorance about reality. We thought that consciousness was something metaphysical, transcendent, religious also, but something that is coming out from new discovery, and everything started from the quantum mechanics, is telling that the spirit too can be described mathematically inside a very precise physics framework. So this ignorance is just going to vanish, and maybe when we'll have a more complete knowledge about all this, maybe we'll not need anymore any religion, because we would have a total control of what reality is, and of course the only thing that counts is the purity of our intentions, the morality of what we are going to do, including interstellar travel, for instance. This is only what counts, the goodness of our intentions. We don't need to adore a god or a religion, because we would be already in a condition to understand through our physics how reality is structured. And what comes out now, even if still a long walk is necessary to improve our knowledge, what we see now is that we have a mind of God that describes our physical reality, and a consciousness of God that leads like a radar that reality, that is strictly connected to it, and that consciousness of God is the true mind, while what we called before mind is simply an arm of that consciousness that can manifest only if there is a body, namely if there is a physical reality. And so physical reality has a sense because it helps to manifest a consciousness, without which a consciousness couldn't exist. In this light, evidently, we could put a question: what is the soul? What is the soul? Well, the soul, in this case, I have been speculated in a very recent book, which I would like to invite you to read. This book is entitled The Hyperspace of Consciousness, published by Elementa of the Wise House Group in Sweden. In this book I have been speculating a lot also about what the soul is. I just anticipate something. The soul should be like the black box of an airplane. You know, when there is a airplane crash, we always go to search for the black box to see what was memorized. So the soul is a sort of a hard disk, a sort of memory that is conserved and that can be used through the acquired information to create new realities, because it seems that reality, including the Big Bang, is born from an information. So the soul contains that piece of information, and not only that, but it can be this information enriches a big supercomputer, non-local supercomputer, somewhere in the quantum vacuum, with new information, so that the universe, the conscious universe, enriches itself through the experience of life, and after the end of this life, the information that was acquired is sent to a big supercomputer, which I called the Big Library. There is a big library contained, according to my speculation, that is continuously enriched by the experience of all the lives of the universe. And it's also possible during life to upload information through mind, using our mind, upload information in a non-local way, and at the same time to download information. So, according to my hypothesis, it's only an hypothesis so far, it's possible that at a certain level, all the minds, all the consciousnesses of sentient beings in the universe are connected together through a non-local means, where the psyche of each person works exactly like the particles when I spoke about quantum entanglement. It's possible that we have this connection. We don't know almost nothing. We know almost nothing so far, but some happenings occur in our life, including so-called paranormal phenomena. And paranormal is a term that is coming only by our ignorance, of course. There is a physics behind all this that permits to establish a non-local communication between all the minds of the universe, through which it's possible to upload and to download information. This is a mechanism that works like a lot of personal computers that are connected to a big central supercomputer, because the mechanism, although being non-local, works exactly like in informatics. Consciousness is substantially information, the transmission of information, and in this case we speak about non-local information, so that all the psyches in the universe are entangled together, and we have to uncover this mechanism scientifically, because if we are able to do that, we can also get in touch with other intelligences in the universe. There is a project, for instance, whose idea was coming from American quantum biophysicist Dr. Fred Tilde, who proposed to check if some messages can be deposited inside our neurons. And there is a way to measure that, as he told. I'm